I'm back. I'm doing another one of these stupid 5-second reviews, but I'm doing it for the US presidents this time. Nobody can stop me either, that's the other thing. I'll freaking make 150 of these things. I don't care, I'll run this series into the ground. No one dictates what kind of content I make. Obama could walk in here and be like, the American people, I need you to stop making these videos. And I'd say, step back, Obama. Get out of my face. Your breath smells bad. I'm not listening to you, I'm doing what I want. I'm doing another one of these. Roll it. George Washington, he looks like he's disappointed that you farted at the dinner table. Next. John Adams, the first Gringotts goblin to be elected president. Next. Thomas Jefferson, he looks like he just got done winking to his buddies when he wrote, all men are created equal. Next. James Madison, the father of the Constitution, but definitely nobody else. Next. James Monroe, when somebody says, do you know who my father is? This is the guy that they're talking about. Next. John Quincy Adams, Humpty Dumpty was too ugly to get on the $20 bill, so they give it to the next guy. Next. Andrew Jackson, yeah, he's kind of a silver fox. I hope he didn't do anything. Oh, shoot. Next. Martin Van Buren, this boy had to wait until 2006 to get his own line of coins because he was too ugly to go in any of the paper money. Next. William Henry Harrison, his presidency was short, but at least it lasted longer than Quibi. Next. John Tyler, you don't get to have two first names. It's not fair. Next. James K. Polk, he's the best ferret impersonator ever to be president. Next. Zachary Taylor, again with the... You get one first name. That's a rule I live by, okay? It's not that hard. Next. Millard Fillmore, he sounds like a fart sliding out. Next. This dude acquired Kansas and Nebraska. Nice find. Not. Next. James Buchanan, I might not be perfect, but at least I didn't hurl a country into civil war. Next. Abraham Lincoln, Daniel Day-Lewis actually got shot in the head, so he knew what it felt like. Next. Andrew Johnson, he had to pick up the pieces after the Lincoln assassination. Not like the pieces of Lincoln. Next. Ulysses S. Grant, the nightmare of Confederate generals and speech impediments everywhere. Next. Rutherford B. Hayes, he looks like he wants to talk about third wave coffee and microbreweries. Next. James Garfield was assassinated on a Monday. I'm not making that up. Look it up. Chester Arthur, someone that you thought so little of that you didn't realize that that's not a picture of him. Next. Grover Cleveland. Him winning the presidency was the last thing Cleveland would win for the next 130 years. Next. Benjamin Harrison. I just want to call this guy Peepaw. I can't say anything mean about him. Next. Grover Cleveland. Get out of here, silly. Get out. Stop. No, go away. You already had your turn, you silly goose. William McKinley. This dude looks like Will Ferrell's George Bush. Next. Theodore Roosevelt. This dude is one bad haircut away from Mrs. Doubtfire. Next. William Howard Taft. This dude looks like a walrus shacked up with a pumpkin. Next. Woodrow Wilson. He has resting you won't get into this school face. Next. Warren G. Harding. He looks like some dude that watches other guys at the urinal. Next. Calvin Coolidge is doing an impression of my dad watching my YouTube channel. Next. Herbert Hoover. This dude caused more depression than Billie Eilish. Next. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the first openly anti-vax president. Next. Harry Truman. I can't tell if this guy just got done dropping an A-bomb on Japan or talking to his kids about the birds and the bees. Next. Dwight Eisenhower. If you hold on to this John Malkovich action figure, it'll be worth a lot of money in a few years. Next. John F. Kennedy. Ask not what you can do for normalizing presidential promiscuity. Next. Lyndon B. Johnson, this dude's nose caused the Cold War. Next. Richard Nixon, seen here telling his aides to turn up the volume so he can hear into the hotel room better. Next. Gerald R. Ford, he's suffering from stage 4 Republican forehead. Next. Jimmy Carter, this guy looks like a televangelist had a kid with a peanut. Next. Ronald Reagan, every time you say this dude's name, a white evangelical gets his wings. Next. Oof. George H.W. Bush. This dude looks like he would take you outside back for your first cigar and then explain to you why he needed to liberate Kuwait. Next. Bill Clinton, he's a discount JFK, but with a sax. Next. George W. Bush, don't bring up having weapons of mass destruction or this guy will show up to your house uninvited. Next. Barack Obama seen here telling a reporter to come get some if he's gonna keep running his mouth like that. Ugh. I don't want to do this one, guys. Donald Trump. I can't have more than one of these a day, or I get a nasty hangover. Oh, it doesn't matter like this. Alright. That was 5-second reviews. Come back next time. Oh gosh. Come back next time when I do a 5-second review of all of the countries that dropped out of the Paris Climate Accord.